Hey everybody, welcome to episode 16 of blackboarding every map in BTD6. Today we are playing on our first intermediate map because we need to beat those as well. That is part of blackboarding every map. So we're going to be playing Spice Islands, the very first intermediate map on BTD6, and we're going to be using Azili today. We only have about 3 heroes left, and Azili is one of them. So I'm going to be using her today. You can't quite start off with her, but that's okay. I'm going to be using a monkey sub here, and then I'll use a dart monkey over here. And I think I'm going to put the sub on strong because I don't want any higher tier balloons getting to the dart monkey. Dart monkey's kind of here for cleanup. So if I can get everything down to red balloons for the dart monkey, we should be happy. Then round 6 goes down, and at the end of round 7, I'm going to get a second monkey sub. We're going to put him over on the right side of this little area. And he's going to be on first. We're going to keep the first submarine on strong. And I think with this setup, we should be able to afford Azili by the end of round 10. So we're going to save up and see if we can afford her. Alright, maybe we can actually get her middle of round 10, which would be good to start leveling her up. And I don't really know where I want to put her. I'm thinking I'm going to put her right over about here. I'll put her about right here. I think that's good. And now she can start smacking away at these balloons. She's really not used for her damage. She is definitely used for her level 10 ability. That's all I'm going to be using her for today. So, what do we have as far as tier 5s? We can use the Energizer and the Preemptive Strike on the Monkey Sub, because this is a water map. And then we also have the Trade Empire and Carrier Flagship for the Buccaneer. I want to save Carrier Flagship though for a map that it is more useful on. Carrier Flagship is a really good tier 5, so I don't want to use it on an easy map. Anyways, I'm going to get twin guns on round 14, and then on the other sub I'm going to get twin guns for round 15. Azili's Heartstopper only works for purple balloons, and I'm not running a strategy where I need help to be able to beat purple balloons, so the level 3 ability is going to be pretty useless on Azili. But I'm really not sure what I want to do for an early game. I think I'm going to do a destroyer Buccaneer. So I'm going to put the boat right here. And we can start working on getting those upgrades. The good thing about Azili is she can pop camo balloons. So I don't need to get a camo upgrade before round 24. I can save up my camo for 33. Anyways, we're going to get Grape Shot on the Buccaneer with faster shooting, and then soon we will get Double Shot, and then we will get Hot Shot because we need to take out lead balloons, and then I think I should be able to start saving up towards Destroyer. So yeah, we have the 220 Buccaneer. Azili takes out the camo balloon on round 24, and now we can start saving up, and I'll see you guys before round 33. Alright, well I'm going to be able to get Destroyer on round 32, but I'm not going to have the camo detection to beat round 33, so what I'm going to do instead is get a Submerged Support sub, and then I'm going to get him up to Balloon-Tonium Reactor, because the reactor does a really good job of taking care of any balloons. But yeah, Azili is doing her job, and then at the end of round 33 we can get our reactor. There we go, we'll keep him submerged. And now we can save up for our destroyer ship. Alright, round 37 is over, and we have enough for our destroyer. And now what I'm going to do is get another Buccaneer. I'm going to put him right next to the first destroyer. And then I'm going to get an Alchemist. I'm going to put him right here. And I'm hoping that, actually I'm going to put him just as far down in this little crevice as possible. I'm hoping that when I get the Berserker Brew that it is buffing this boat and not this one, but I'm actually not quite sure. No, it's buffing the one on the right. That's okay, we'll get Grape Shot and we'll make it work. Alright, round 40 goes down, and now I'm going to start working towards a second destroyer. This is going to be our mid-game carry. Destroyers are just so strong. And then I'm going to get a 4-0-0 Stronger Stim to buff up the 2 destroyers. We have plenty of camo with the Plutonium Reactor, so I think with this setup we should be able to just chug along through the mid-game. So let's try to get this destroyer up, and we can get it on round 44. And then we will focus on getting this Berserker Brew, and I think I'm going to get the Perishing Potions as well as a cross path. Since the destroyers shoot so fast, they kind of lose their alch buff pretty quickly. But Perishing Potions will make it last a little bit longer. And now we're going to start saving up for, I believe, our first tier 5. And I have a fun idea for the tier 5 today. And it's going to be a Mermonkey. And I think I'm going to put it right here. This gets the water boost, even though it kind of looks like it's on land. And I'm going to get Sharper Prongs, Tidal Chill, Riptide Champion, and Echo Sense. So when I can afford this Riptide Champion, I'll go ahead and get that upgrade. There we go. And I will get Echo Sense Network just to add a little bit more range. And I'm going to get one more Mermonkey. We'll get him... I guess we can get him anywhere. We'll get him right about here. And we'll get him up to Echo Sense Network. And now I think the Mermonkey can start attacking the balloons at the front. Maybe I'll get one more Mermonkey over here. Get Echo Sense Network. And then we'll have 3. And now I'm going to start working up towards an Arctic Knight. And we're going to be using Poseidon today. I know Poseidon's also a really good tier 5, but it's not as good on the expert map since it's been nerfed. But I thought this might be the perfect map to use Poseidon. So let's go ahead and start saving up. We'll get our Arctic Knight, and then when we can afford Poseidon, we will go ahead and get it. Unless we start running into any trouble in the mid-game, which is very possible. But we will have the Arctic Knight ability to use in case we run into any trouble. So I'll see you guys in quite a while when we get to the more difficult rounds. Alright, we're here on 63. This is the first round that could really give us trouble. But let's see how the first camo wave, or first ceramic wave is, and we actually do quite well. I think the Plutonium Reactor with just double destroyers, wow, they absolutely destroy everything. And I think the Riptide Champion is putting in a ton of work as well. And just like that, 63 goes down. Now 64 will be a test of our Moab popping power, which we also have plenty of. Not plenty of, but we're able to take it out. And now we can continue our save up. We have Moab Hex, so if we have any difficulty with Moabs, we can get that up, but we only need 56,000 for Poseidon. I think we might be able to afford it around the early 80s. And this is where Azili becomes a really good hero. Now that we have her Moab Hex, this is the only thing that we really have her used for. I'm going to use the Tidal Chill, or Arctic Knight ability on 65, just so I can show it off. But yeah, I'm going to continue saving up. Let's save up through the 70s, and maybe once around 75 comes around, things start getting a little bit difficult, I will slow the video down and show you guys how to use abilities to get through the 70s. Alright, we're here on round 75. I haven't actually played this round out yet, But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put Azili on strong, and then when the first group of 3 BFBs come out, we're going to use our Moab Hex, and then that'll start making its way onto the, yeah, that destroys the packs of 3 ZOMGs. And then on 76, I'm going to use the Arctic Knight ability, and then very easily we are able to take out 75 and 76. I'm hoping that we have the Moab Hex by when these BFBs start coming out on 77. And we just barely do. So this BFB wave as well is going to be no problem at all. And we're about $10,000 away from Pop Sidon, which makes me believe that we can get it by around 50. Or not 50, sorry, around 80 or 81. We're going to use our Tidal Chill, or not Tidal Chill, Arctic Knight, Arctic Knight, Arctic Knight, Arctic Knight. That's what it's called. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it today. But yeah, we can take care of the first wave of ceramics. We don't even need our Hex for 78, we can save it for 79. And then now that the purple balloons are coming, we can use our Heartstopper ability, finally. And then once I see the ceramic wave come out, we are going to use our Arctic Knight. I finally remembered. And there we go. We're about $6,000 away from Pop Sidon. We can start using our Hex. I'm going to wait for the first BFB to go down. I'll probably wait for the second BFB too. I think I'll use the Arctic Knight ability. And then, let's see. I'll start using the Moab Hex, making the rest of the round easy. I wanted to make sure I can hit the fortified BFBs. And just like that, we have Pop Sidon. So round 80 should be a breeze. I don't think you need the ability on Pop Sidon to be able to destroy things. Can't remember, is it only used for the ability? Because the ability is the only thing that makes this good? Or, no, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Alright, well, we'll use the Pop Sidon ability here, but not before I have some fun with the Moab Hex. Yeah, round 81 is a joke. Alright, I'm gonna get a village here, and we're gonna get jungle drums to buff up our towers. It's only hitting one of the destroyers, but that's okay. And we can get another tier 5 if we want. Now what that would be, I'm not so sure. I think I could get like a super maelstrom and just be able to have it in the back for cleanup if I run into any trouble. I just don't know when else I would use the super maelstrom. We could also use Crossbow Master, we could use Energizer. Energizer might actually be pretty good because Pop Sidon is an ability, and having the 50% or 40% cooldown for water-based monkeys, that would be really awesome. So maybe we'll work towards that, and we'll do Energizer today. Anyways, the rest of the 80s are going to be easy. If I need to use any abilities, I will. I'm not going to speed it up though, because I'll let you guys see how we do. I think I'll use the Pop Sidon ability for round 85 though. There we go. We'll use it. Everything is bouncing off walls. The ZOMGs get destroyed. This thing already has almost 300,000 damage. Way better than anything else that we have. Actually, Azili is doing a really good job, but I think most of that damage is coming from the Moab Hex. And yeah, Pop Sidon is really underrated. I guess it's not underrated, everybody knows it's good. For 87, we'll use our Moab Hex. This is a pretty logical round to use the Hex on. And hopefully by round 90 we can get our Energizer up and running. And I'll just let these ZOMGs on 88 go down. Everything that the Pop Sidon is shooting down this lane just gets destroyed. And look at that, at the beginning of round 89 we have enough for our Energizer. And I just want to see how quick, oh my gosh, this ability cooldown is insane. You can pretty much use about 2/3 of your ability. And then you can just get the ability right back. Wow, this is really strong. This is really, really strong. Alright, I'm going to use an ice. Get it about right here. Actually, I want it in jungle drums, so maybe I'll get it right here. And we're going to get an embrittlement. And then I'm gonna get a glue right here. And I'm gonna put them on strong. And we're gonna get a Moab glue. I'm gonna use Moab Hex for 92. And these ZOMGs just get absolutely destroyed. Then when the DDTs come out on 93, I'm gonna use Poseidon. And I'm just having fun. This is a really fun strategy. And now 94, we have some ZOMGs. We're gonna hex them all so that they get destroyed. Then we can get our Relentless Glue. I think I'm gonna get Camo Radar Scanner just so that the Relentless Glue can hit ZOMGs and DDTs faster. And then, wow, even the Moab Hex with Energizer is still taking a while, but we'll use Hex for 95. We don't even need to use our Poseidon ability. I'll save it for 96. And we'll just use it when we need it. I'm not even sure I'm going to need it. I don't know if round 96 is the one. Yeah, it is the one that has fortified Moabs. But wow, we are making quick work of these balloons. I won't use Hex for 96 because 97 could be dangerous. So I think I'm going to use no abilities on 96, and then I'll use Hex on 97. Should I turn on auto start? I think maybe I should, but also I don't really want to get destroyed by my own ineptitude. So we're gonna get some support here. We're gonna get Moab Press, 2 of them. If I could fit, but no, it's actually only 1 because I can only fit 1. And then if that's the case, I'm just gonna get a Snowstorm for 98, and we'll use the Poseidon ability as soon as we need to. We'll use it now. And this damage is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. How's Azili looking? We are not quite to level 20 yet, so we're gonna need some bad damage. I think, well, the easiest way to defeat a bad is get a Spike Storm. So we'll get one right here. Get a 0, or a 140, but we need to get the money first. There we go. And we can Moab Hex all DDTs because that is the only thing that we can use Hex for the rest of this run. And we will use our Poseidon ability for round 100. And let's see how the damage is. It's pretty solid. I'm going to use my Spike Storm as well. And if we can pop this thing down... Ooh, it's actually not... It's not the best damage. But hopefully when everything gets to the Spike Storm, we can use our Snowstorm ability, and then we can use our Moab Hexes. And there we go, round 100 is going to go down. We get a 301 Alchemist for our troubles. And wow, the Mermonkey did 1.2 million damage. So, Mermonkey and Energizer, really strong strategy. Glad I could showcase it on Spice Islands, but that's going to be it for today's episode. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. I'm going to start doing more intermediate maps as I get close to finishing the advanced maps, but you know what that means. More expert maps on the way. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.